Hello, Hungry Mothman here, and welcome back to Tasty Tuesday, where I am going to now give you my full thoughts, my final thoughts on Menu 7 beef strips and a tomato sauce. Don't forget, it's Warfighter recommended, Warfighter tested, and Warfighter approved. I believe that's a lie. I don't think they recommended it. I don't think they tested it. I believe it's a lie, because $16 versus $4.50. I don't have my gripes here. I honestly have more gripes about this than the cheap $4.50 ones. Whew. Oh, I'm still working on this. It's taking forever to go through this one. Maybe because I'm not very thrilled about it, because something just doesn't taste right or feels right about it. But, starting off with the very first item on the menu was the, beef strips and savory tomato sauce. But honestly, the main menu item on the previous ones I tried, the $4.50 ones, honestly tasted better than this. This is not worth the $16. But, it's got the 29 grams of protein, 250 calories. It's got all your stuff you want in it. I call bullshit. Oh, also too, I noticed that there's sugars in this. They have sugar. And then, well, for the beef strips, like, Then again, I'm being picky about sugars because I'm trying to get into much better shape myself personally. So whatever, I'm gonna be exercising after I'm done with this whole series. But I forgot to go on this the front side of this. The 5 hours of optimal recovery. 1. Replenish energy stores often. My goodness, I'm having time talking today. Can you see that? There we go. I can see it now. Repair muscles. Replace fluids and electrolytes. Refuel regularly. Rest and recover for the next mission. Timing is critical. Your recovery meal. Carbohydrates, 80 to 120 grams. Protein, 15 to 25 grams of protein. But the thing on there said 29 and plus some other stuff. That's dumb. Fluids, 16 to 32 ounces. Good MRE sources. Recovery trail mix and pudding, 90 grams carbohydrates and 17 grams protein. But there was no trail mix in this. Chocolate protein drink, snack bread, and cheese spread. So this is just advertising a different product line on this. Chocolate protein drink. Chocolate, protein. No, I like the fact that the chocolate pudding has protein in it. So I'll give them a plus on this. The peanut butter and jelly sandwich they had in this could have been replaced with a protein cookie. This is bad. This is so bad. Yeah, and I just couldn't finish it. And too, my dogs too, they're who are normally picky, they even rejected it too. They didn't like the smell of it, so I had to toss the damn sandwich. So minus a point for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Half a point for this because this is better than the soda drinks, but could also be replaced with either. Probably, like maybe a more help with a tea with some of the nutrients and vitamins in it. Yeah, or something. But half a point on that. So far, I'm gonna say this. I guess a half a point for this being edible. I guess another half point for the protein content in it. 29 grams of protein. Protein is very necessary. So just because of that, it gets 1 point. Just because it's passable to eat and it also has protein. But it doesn't go. It's not as tasty as the $4.50 ones I've had. It gets a point for the chocolate protein. The chocolate pudding with the protein powder mixed into it. It gets a point. Half a point for that. So far, 2.5 points. That's not saying much. So then, I'll give it half a point for the 2 pieces of cinnamon gum, just to get some stuff in your mouth and keep your mouth, a little happy. The peppermint rings, it's going to get half a point. So right now we're at 3.5 points. It will not get a point for the little package and everything with, with these things in it. Because one packet of salt, there's no pepper. You got some decent napkins, but however, that's it. There's no sugar. There's nothing else included with this. It's frustrating. The candy rings, yeah. So, all in all, going through this, I'm going to give it 3.5, maybe 4 out of 5. Now, the peppermint rings, I will say this. Me personally, I wouldn't use them as much. I would save these for maybe trading with somebody. Use this as kind of a, quote, a pseudo currency. Because it's sugar and it's minty. Trade it with somebody. Have fun. Same thing for the gum. I'll probably trade it with somebody too who wants, some cinnamon flavored gum. The protein pack, the protein pudding, not bad. It's funky on the taste, but whatever. It's pudding with protein. All in all, yeah. Compared to the other ones definitely got much higher rating than this. Purely because they were able to do much more with it on a smaller budget versus something with a much higher budget. So, $16 MRE, I'm not getting it again. Or any of them again. For $16. Unless someone gives them to me for free. But all in all, yeah, no. This is just abysmal. 3.5 out of 5 on it. And, yeah, like I said, it's cute that they gave me matches. But if I'm in a survival situation or whatever, I'm probably going to have a lighter or waterproof matches to begin with. So, I'd like to talk about the old ones real quick, the other ones. The great thing about the $4.50 ones is, yeah, they gave you a very sugary drink that may not be the best thing ever. But at least overall, they gave you a nice cookie. And they had almost everything in the package, more or less edible and decent. I get a feeling, though, the $16 one is more protein. But at that point, you might as well eat 2 of the cheaper MREs. Save you some money and get more protein that way. Now, I mentioned how I probably will keep these sugary treats, the gum and the mints for probably trading, and maybe the salt packet for trading too. Because in a survival situation or, a apocalyptic situation or dystopia, sugar and salt probably going to become things that would be hard to get by. And that's one thing I really liked about the cheaper MREs, because cheaper MREs came with packets of sugar, big packets of sugar. Like, there's a lot of sugar in here, and people really crave sugar and want sugar. So sugar is definitely a great thing to trade, especially if you can keep this in watertight container so that it doesn't get spoiled or anything like that, or anything happens with it. Then this is a great thing to trade to people. Trade to your fellow comrades, or to a trader you come across, or a settlement, whatever. You got something to trade. Because sugar is always going to be wanted, because sugar is used for cooking, for your coffee, your tea, your everything. Another great thing too is this came with the cheaper one, that is, the $4.50, came with creamer. Powdered creamer. But you can change your flavor of your drink with it, or you can just trade it or sell it in situations. Because there's always going to be somebody who wants their cream. Now, the thing that really impressed me and surprised me with the $4.50 MREs, it came with this. The freeze-dried coffee. With freeze-dried coffee, I normally don't drink coffee as is, just black. I usually put some sugar in it. But this coffee is good enough for me to drink just black, as is. I didn't have to add anything to it, so that way then I could save my sugar, save my creamer, and trade it. Now, this coffee is great, because the one thing in this whole $16 one there is no coffee. There's no caffeine in this. So now I'm going to have to go find somebody who doesn't like coffee that has one of these to trade them the coffee. So I would probably end up giving them a whole bunch of these men and say, hey, I want your coffee. Give me your coffee. Oh, I don't know, throw it up because that actually is nice. I like that. All in all, yeah, the $4.50 ones are definitely worth more money. Or more bang for your buck in this case, in this scenario. I mean, I could probably trade the matches too if I got a bunch of matches and there's crap already. I feel like this kit here is more along the lines of your last of everything. Like you went through all of your other supplies, and this is kind of your last thing to give you extra matches and other stuff. But even then, it's like you're going to end up with a million. Or thinking, if you have a box of these things, and this is your primary survival one for the $16 one, you're going to end up with a crap ton of matches. And a lot of mints that you're probably going to maybe have some, but then honestly, I would recommend just trading them for something else. All in all, yeah, the only complaint I have with the $4.50 ones is trade out the super sugary, bland, and unhappy, pretend Kool-Aid drinks in the packets and swap it out for flavored teas with some sugar in them or something, if you want to have them sugary. Or put more of this in there. Put more coffee. People love coffee. Oh no, yeah. I'm never going to get the $16 ones again unless somebody gives them for me free. In the future, I'll try more of the $4.50 ones and find some other survival foods. And I will try to make my own whey protein chocolate pudding. I'm always spacing out the name of chocolate pudding. That's weird. But anyways, this has been Hungry Mothman. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you very much for watching, and please leave comments. I see what you want to see in the future. Bye.